Hello Chesnerites. In today's video, we'll look at Bobby Fischer's attacking win against Pal Benko. This game is a textbook example of how to build an attack step by step with every move tightening the grip around opponent's king. Fischer actually targeted the weaknesses, improved his pieces, and then struck with precision. So let's break down his attacking game. So Fischer had white pieces and Benko was black. So it's from the Sicilian defense, and Fischer played the move knight g3. He's like, let's improve the knight's position. Maybe I'll play f5, increase the pressure on the king side, and then attack. Now, Benko is like, all right, I'm not too worried. You're preparing to attack, but you have not started it. So I'll try to do something on the queen side. I will play b4. I'll try to restrict your knight. If it goes to a4, then it is a bit misplaced. If knight e2, then there can be bishop b7 or bishop a6 type of ideas, and then I can continue. But the next move of Fischer was a surprise for Benko. Now, if you want, you can pause the video here and try to guess what Fischer played. So Fischer was not interested in moving the knight. He's like, you have put up a threat on me? I will actually put up a threat on you. So he played the move e5, the central pawn break. Now, this seems like a strange decision that, wait, what is going on? Can Benko not just play d takes e5 and just win a pawn? Why would Fischer do that? So we'll see the main reason behind that pawn sacrifice after a while. But before that, what if in this position Benko had actually played the move b takes c3? Then there is e takes f6, and if g takes f6, then bishop h6, the king side is gotten too weak, and after f5, Fischer would not capture the rook because this bishop is too valuable to attack the king. So he would play rook f3, then there is knight h5, the king side would soon collapse. So that's why after e5, Benko did not play b takes c3, but he played d takes e5. He's like, all right, you're giving up your central pawn, I'm going to accept it. Then, in this position, Fischer played the move bishop takes f6. He's removing the defender. Then, in this position, Benko played g takes f6. But what if he had played bishop takes f6? Why did he ruin his king side by playing g takes f6 on his own? Could he not just play bishop takes f6? Now, let's go back. Actually, we were seeing earlier that why was e5 played? So I'll answer that. e5, d takes e5, bishop takes f6, and then after bishop takes f6, knight c e4 can be played with tempo. This was the main objective of Fischer. He wanted to clear the e4 square for the knight so that the knight could be centralized with a tempo, and that was the reason that he sacrificed the pawn. Now, if something like queen e7 is played, then there is knight h5, and then if bishop h4, then f takes e5, there is too much attack on the king side. So for that reason, Benko is like, all right, I'll just play g takes f6, and then I think I'll be able to handle the king side pressure of Fischer. But easier said than done. So Fischer here also played the move knight c4, centralizing the knight with a tempo, the square that he had specifically vacated for the knight by sacrificing the pawn. Then, in this position, Benko played the move queen d4. So his plan is pretty simple. He's up a pawn. His king is weak, so he's offering exchange of queens. There is no chance, absolutely no chance, that Fischer was going to accept it. So in this position, he declines it by playing queen h5. He's like, all right, I'm just going to bring the queen on the king side. And then this knight is there, this knight, queen, and something can be done from this file as well. And that was, the pressure is too much actually. Now, What if, in fact, in this position, e takes f4 is played? He was not worried. There can be ideas of rook f4, and then he will have the attack. There can be queen g4, queen f4 idea as well, and then the king side basically would remain under pressure. So he's not too much worried. But this is something that Benko should have played, because let's just say if something like rook takes f4 is played, then there can be this f5 idea, stopping rook g4 idea and stopping rook h4 idea, because now the bishop gets active. So that might have been interesting. But once again, the pressure still remains, because Fischer can play king g4 check, king h8, and queen takes f4. Now it seems like, wait, can black not play f5? No, then there would be rook a d1. This rook would join in. And if something like queen takes b2, then there will be queen c7. And then there is pressure on this, lack of development. King is also weak. So Fischer, of course, still would be able to keep his activity and keep the pressure on Benko. But still, that e takes f4 might have given him a bit of a better chance. So, but that was not played. So g takes f6, knight e4, and then in this position, Benko is like, all right, I'll just eliminate this this bishop and then do something. Now, see, in this position, what Benko did not recognize is the fact that Fischer does not care about queen side or capturing the knight. He is focusing on checkmating the king. And this is what Benko had underestimated. And then Fischer played the move queen h6, just calmly ignoring this move. He's like, all right, you can take my rook if you want. I'll play knight h5 and just mate you. Now, what if f5 was played? So basically trying to renew the connection. And then there is this move, knight g5, threatening mate. And if something like this, then just queen f6. And then in this position, rook a d1 is there. If queen b2 or something, then knight h5. E takes f4, then the queen would go. This is completely lost. So in this position, after queen h6, Benko played e takes f4. He's like, all right, I might play f5 next and renew the connection of the queen. Then Fischer is like, all right, you can do that, but I'll bring another knight of mine in the attack. Then in this position, f5 was played. Now, a lot of us would be delighted after seeing this move. We'd be like, oh yeah, finally, the hard work paid off. And I'm going to win the queen by playing knight e takes f6. But unfortunately, that would be a blunder, as you would be losing most of your advantage. Wait, how? You have to remember that you have sacrificed too much material to get this position. So even if black gives up the queen for a piece, there is still knight takes a1. And then the problem is after this, yes, white is still better, but black is not lost after something like bishop b7. It's still a game. Please remember, when you have sacrificed too much of material, then maybe in certain cases getting some material back might not be the best way to put pressure on the opponent. Fischer in this position played rook a d1. He's like, my rook was not doing much. Let me just do something. If, of course, queen takes d4, queen takes e4, then there is this mate. So Benko in this position played queen e5. Now, knight takes a1 is not a threat, by the way. So now Fischer is like, yeah, now I'll win the queen. So knight f6 was played, and this, and now this is just lost. This knight is under pressure. Then he played queen g5, queen e7. So basically he wanted to remove the king from g8 to attack that f8 rook. This, and then here Benko resigned. A really great game by Fischer. And the most important part was that pawn sacrifice, clearing the square for the knight. And after that, he won a fantastic attacking game against Benko. Thanks everyone for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.